Hi, and welcome to this video on how to create a brand ambassador program. Brand ambassadors are loyal brand users who represent and advertise a company across various consumer touchpoints. Think social media platforms, events, publications. Brand ambassadors are experts when it comes to talking about the brands online and offline, and that's what makes them valuable because they really know customer pain points and how your brand can help solve them. So how can you incorporate this type of content creator into your strategy? A great solution is to let the brand ambassadors come to you. I'm going to show you how to do this in 3 easy steps using the Influencity platform. Step 1 is to create a landing page. Landing pages are pages that are created for a specific purpose and usually ask users to complete a specific call to action or CTA. Landing pages are available to anyone with an IRM and data subscription, and you can create one by going to Recruitment in the Influencers drop-down menu. From this page, go to Create Landing Page, and you can start filling out the information to complete your page. So let's give it a name. Select the language that I want my form to be presented in. And then I'm just going to add my brand name to this URL. This is the URL that appears in the browser when users navigate to this landing page. Now, for social networks, Instagram is mandatory, and I'm going to add TikTok and YouTube, meaning my brand ambassadors can promote my brand on any of these 3 social media platforms. Now, my privacy policy, I can just paste my existing company privacy policy here, and influencers would have to agree to it in order to be included. And then for the thank you message, I can either redirect users to another page or just display a thank you message, for example. Click Save. And now, my new landing page is live and saved in the recruitment page. Now let's take a look at it by going to Preview. Now, this is what potential brand ambassadors would see when they navigate to your newly created landing page. So they'd have to fill in their name, email, primary phone number, and also paste the handle of the social media networks where they would want to represent your brand. Remember, Instagram is mandatory, so any potential ambassadors would have to have an Instagram account. Finally, they'd have to accept your company's privacy policy and hit Save and Continue. This leads them to a second page where they would have to do a simple 2-step verification using their Instagram account just to make sure that they do in fact have an account. Now, how do potential ambassadors find out about your brand's landing page? This leads us to step 2, promote your landing page. Incorporate this page into your existing web page and share this link via social media. In your posts, make sure to describe 1, the benefits, not just the money, but what potential ambassadors could gain from working closely with your brand in this way. 2, the responsibilities. What type of post you're looking for and the time commitment that you would expect. 3, persona. What other things you're looking for in an ambassador as far as values, types of content, kind of aesthetic. And then you would promote this page far and wide. You want to make sure you get a really good, solid pool of applicants. That way you have plenty to choose from when you start working in the IRM. Now, the third step of our process is to vet the influencers that have come to us through the landing page that we just created. Now, as you can see, all of my influencers are saved to this page. However, these are all the influencers that I've ever worked with. And what I want to do is really focus on the specific influencers that came to me through the landing page. So to do this, I'm going to go to Add View, Create New View, and then I'm going to add it maybe landing. Okay, I'm going to save this. And then this new view will appear right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a filter in order to find only the influencers that came to me through the landing page. So I'm going to go down here to original source, which refers to where these influencers came from, either from a search, I added them manually, or they came through the landing page. I'm going to select is any of, and I'm going to select landing page. Now I'm going to hit apply and confirm. Now, by creating this separate view, what I've done is I've created a space where all of the influencers who have come to me through the landing page will be filtered automatically. So by going to this little window, I can find them just in one place. So I have a lot of good options here. Let's take a look at this profile and see their KPIs. Now, when influencers first come to you, they are not analyzed. That means that you have to pay the price of 1 monthly analysis in order to analyze the profile and see their full KPIs and performance stats. So what I would recommend in order to make the most of your monthly analysis is first I would go right here and open up their profile in a separate page. This means that I can look at their Instagram page directly and really get a feel for their aesthetic, the type of stuff that they talk about and post. And then if that is in synchrony with my brand values and stuff like that, then I can choose to analyze this profile. As you can see, it has the cost of 1 monthly analysis, and I will select Proceed. This process takes just a moment, and then I will show you the main KPIs that we look for. Okay, so up here you have the global KPIs, and this is a really interesting one. It's called the follower quality. This is the percentage of quality followers versus the percentage of doubtful followers. So quality followers or nice followers are the people who I could eventually convert into my clients, right? Whereas doubtful followers are either bots or inactive accounts that really aren't interesting for me. So always aim for a follower quality of 75 to 80 and more. The engagement rate percentage really puts this profile's engagement rate into context with another influencer of the same community size. As you can see, she has a fairly low engagement. And the active activity split gives you an idea of the kind of interactions you could expect if you were to do a sponsored post with this influencer. For example, the number of views you might get, the number of comments you might get, etc. This shows the profile's evolution over time. And down here we have the accounts that the influencer interacts with and kind of their likes and interests. For example, the hashtags that they use, and brand affinity refers to 1, either brands that they've worked with, or 2, brands that simply appear in their content. For example, maybe she put up a post eating a Snickers bar, and then now Snickers is included as her brand affinity. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a professional partnership. Down here are profiles that post similar content to this influencer, and down here you have her audience information, such as their ages, their gender, where in the world they're coming from, and if it's an Instagram profile, you can also see top cities, audience language, and audience ethnicity. Now, another important KPI that I like to look for is audience reachability. Ideally, 50% of your audience would be in these 2 ranges, meaning that her followers follow less than 1,000 accounts. For example, if most of her followers were over here, meaning that they followed more than 1,500 accounts, that means that your sponsored content could really get lost in a sea of competing content and wouldn't be that effective. And down here you have the interests of the audience and the brands that they interact with. You have influencers who have similar audiences. And down here, notable followers are basically audience members that could be influencers in their own right, meaning they have more than 1,000 followers. Now that we've seen your KPIs, maybe we like this profile and let's explore the next steps. A couple things we can do is you can go here to share, which generates a shareable URL that you can copy and send to clients and colleagues by email, by WhatsApp, to give them an idea of this profile and their KPIs. You could also print this profile's data, save it as a PDF, or export it. Over here, of course, if you wanted to see your YouTube metrics, you could do that here. And for notes, maybe you have an idea of how you could collaborate with this influencer, you could add this right here, and any brand user could also see that note and add their own. Emails are if you want to contact this influencer, you can do it either through bulk emails or by integrating certain email addresses and having a one-on-one conversation through the platform. You can organize your IRM into lists, meaning organizing influencers according to their interests, according to their audience size, or whatever you want. You can add them to an influencer seeding program or an influencer gifting program if you want to send them gifts to post about, or you can include them in a campaign workflow. Finally, once you've started working with an influencer and you have established prices, you can add these prices to the price log so that later you can come back and look at how much you paid them in summer 2023.